I'm here with my Ryobi, and ran into a little problem with, well, I had a commenter mention that he had a problem with the charger. And of course, this is the charger that I bought. I don't know if I would actually recommend it, but yeah, I guess I would. Because it's been working pretty well for me for a couple of years. But one thing I forgot to warn you about is that the connector for the power, for the charging port, that's this yellow connector here, has a, I'm going to call it a design fault. And I'll show a close-up of this. But this plug, it does not have a robust boot or connection here. So right in here underneath this cheap cover, it's got basically a couple wires. This nice heavy-duty cover over the two wires, or sheathing I guess you could call it, it stops right here. And it doesn't go all the way to the plug. So that makes this plug connection pretty weak. And if you're wiggling the wire back and forth during the time that you're plugging it in, moving the box around, there is a risk that you're going to get these wires crossed up, twisted, and they're going to short out. And what happened to the commenter that left me a message was that they did short out on his charger. And right now he believes that it shorted out his charging port and his mower is inoperative. So he did run the jumper wire. There's another video that shows how to run a jumper wire under your seat so that you can actually operate it. And he was going to use the clamps to charge up his battery until, or try to use the clamps to charge up his batteries until the time he can get this thing, get the new charging port. And hopefully that takes care of his problem. So this to me is kind of a design flaw. This kind of stuff was fixed 40, 50 years ago. Nobody does those cheap ass ports. You can see this plug here. This has got a plastic, I don't even know what you want to call it, but it's designed so that it has some flexibility and that you can do stuff with this cord and it's not going to fray the cord or expose the electrical wire, makes them prone to shorting out. Because back in 50 years ago, it was very common. All your electrical devices had cords. They didn't have great plugs on them. People would wrap the cord around their device and they would inevitably twist the wires, short them out, and mess up the cords. So one of the solutions was, of course, people were taking them apart, splicing the wires together. Not pretty. But 99.9% of the industries solved that problem, but they didn't do it right here, and they did it correctly over here. So be careful on this. My solution, and I did this shortly after I bought this, knowing what the risk was for this, and I should have shared it at that time, was to put the wire, attach it to the side of the box with black electrical tape in two spots to keep the wire from moving, rotating, bending back and forth. And all the bending is done over in this area here, and it's very flexible. And I haven't had any problem with mine. So you go ahead and do what you want to do, but I would recommend at least be careful when you're handling your charger and try not to twist the wires or bend the wires over, back and forth. Thanks for watching. I hope it helps you.